유후,
Sometimes I
유후.
stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there, it has to be important.
절벽 위에 대신전. 저기에 오벨리스크가 있지. 자, 일단 저 절벽 위 대신전을 향해서 한번 가볼까? 어떻게 갈 수 있지?
Don't believe a word they tell you.
그렇지. 근데 일단은 이걸 다 했는데 어떻게 할까? 3대3 나왔었단 말이지. 일단 옥타비안에 가보자. 아, 그래. 여긴 그냥 집이잖아. 나 이제 여기 그냥 들어올 수 있다고.
Leave me be.
봐봐, 얘는 말도 안 들어주고. 나 어떻게 해야 돼?
Citizen.
여기도 아니야. 자, 그럼 다시 보자. 옥타비안의 집을 방문해야 된다, 이거잖아. 일단 얘한테 말 거는 게 불가능하잖아, 지금.
Greetings and salutations.
Hey, my friend. Truly, my imagination ran. Should I stop my offerings, though? Very well.
Now, what? Galerius. Did you know he saved the life of... But of course... I hope that...
어떻게 해야 되냐.
I hope you're coping.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the gold. Ah, another. We've all been. I used to lay awake at night. I still don't have any of the answers, I'm afraid. Even if I had seen it, and I'm not. Please, there was a. Even if I had seen it, and I'm not saying I have. Ah.
옥타비아는 집이 어디 있는데? 여기도 뭔가 있을 것 같아. 아, 그래, 옥타비아 집이 어딨냐고. 자네 집은 어딘가? 여긴 어디였지? 프로세피나? 아, 여기가 거기네.
Shalom, friend. You mean where... But that's where I was when the fires broke out.
Everyone was. Every road leading out of Rome was in chaos. Several hours down the Appian Way, I saw another Jewish family being attacked by 3 opportunists. I can only assume they got the better of me because the next thing I knew, I was waking up in a forest. It's strange though because I still had my purse on me. Why would a robber? A lot of good it did me. And that family. I don't. Well, neither of us had a couple of hours to stand. You remind me of an old story from my people about
힐러에게
Hillel.
다가가 한 발로 선
He was
제일 보고
approached by
전부
a Gentile
설명하라고.
and asked to explain. Obliging, he replied, "What is hateful to you?" Of course. What I want to
신의
know
어린
is,
여자애.
what kind of a god sees a young woman abduct? Thanks. Galerius.
오케이.
All right, friend.
들려, 속삭이 마. 들린다고.
Just as the ocean, but it... The new...
Citizen. Name's
Behavior I trust.
Hilarious. Fine. So you're...
I love your clothes. So
What now?
exotic.
Not that. All right.
Back. All right. See.
Hello. Do you like it? But like I don't think. Yeah. Bye bye.
아우렐리아, 데시우스, 도메티우스, 둘리우스, 키아 여사제, 갈레리우스, 게오르기우스, 한니발, 호라티우스, 카바시, 율리아, 리비아, 루크레티아, 카바시는 이집트인이었고, 그러면은 쟤는 누구야? 카바시, 율리아, 리비아, 루크레티아, 나에비아, 옥타비아, 루피우스, 센티아, 센틸라, 센티우스, 율피우스, 베르길한테 한번 가볼까? 베르길?
As I stare at the great temple on the bluff, and I think, whatever is in there, it has to be important. Welcome back. Galerius, definitely. He put an... All right. Nice to talk.
3대 3 나왔는데. 기다려봐. 베르길, 그리고 어딨어? 데시우스, 호라티우스, 루피우스는 우리 편, 율피우스 우리 편, 그리고 게오르기우스한테 한번 가볼까?
Hey, my friend. Truly, should I? Very well. Now, Galerius, did you know he saved the life of my young friend Fabia? The man.
게오르기우스,
But of course, I hope that.
그러면은 지금은 그냥 하면 될 것 같은데? 베르길이 원래 쟤네 편이었던 것 같아.
It'll be between Sentius. Why do you... As I said, very well.
자, 해보자.
Citizens, it is time. Let us meet to elect our magistrate.
말레올루스는 왜 움직이는 거야, 너? 너 움직이지 마. 이렇게 가만히 서 있자. 여기서 가둬놓자. 너가 악의 근원이야. 너 집에 들어가 있어. 오지마. 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 아니야. 오지마. 너 와서 그거 할 거지? 너 살인할 거지? 내가 알아, 너. 너 다 알아, 너. 가만히 있어야 돼. 가만히 있어야 돼, 가만히. 오지마, 집에 있어. 집에 있어. 아이씨. 잠깐만, 어디서 하지, 근데? 어디서 하더라? 어디서 하는지를 모르겠다. 이게 따라가면 되나? 여기야? 너 어디로 가는데? 여기야? 여기네. 내려봐. 루피우스, 율피우스 우리 편, 베르기르 우리 편, 데시우스 쟤네 편, 게오르기스 우리 편.
Body of voters gathered here to elect the city's magistrate. The candidates are
너 왜 여기서 대기하고 있어? 너 이상한 짓 하려고 그러지. 내가 다 알아. 오지마.
Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
너는 쟤네 편이잖아.
Yes, of course.
오케이. 우리 편.
He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
Decius,
Sentius.
Virgil,
The
우리
man
편.
put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
Ulpius,
우리 편.
Galerius, the man who saved my life.
Rufius,
우리 편. 야하.
citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius Hilva.
야하.
Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make a brief address?
I just want to say, this isn't
표정 보자,
something
표정.
I ever wanted. Now that you put your trust in me, I'm going to do everything I can not to let you down. I'll need some time to put together a list of the changes I want to make around here. But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
끝났네? 아싸. 너 어디 달려가니? 어디를 그렇게 급하게 달려가?
Shalom. All right, Fred.
아, 그래. 끝났어. 축하해.
Hey, my friend. Truly, should I stop?
Very now. I hope that.
너 떨어졌지?
It's almost as if you're trying to extend my lifespan.
Don't believe a word they tell you.
뭐 말 좀 해봐.
It's almost as if.
뭔데? 말을 안 해. 해방자. 해방했다. 자, 둘리한테 가보자. 둘리 어디 있었지? 둘리 여기 있지 않나? 어디 있었지? 둘리가? 자, 둘리야. 아니, 둘리야. 둘리 여기 어디 있었는데? 아, 여기 있구나.
Hello? I'm Dooley. Magistrate Galerius said... Oh, thank you. You can have my shine, and maybe my friend Hannibal used to look after me. But before that, he gave me a key to the cisterns and told me to keep it. Please help me find it. Oh, thank you.
좋아, 열쇠도 받고 대신전 아래. 아, 거기.
Hope you find it. In the cisterns. Oh, look, maybe it is treasure. I can see it.
일단 명판 놓고.
Maybe nobody wants it anymore. Maybe no one will. Just take it.
됐어. 이제 여기를 가야지. 대신전 가는 거야. 대신전 갈 거야. 대신전 가는 길 좀 알려줘 봐봐.
It gladdens my heart that Galerius set poor doing free.
나도 기뻐요. 대신전을 어떻게 가더라? 어떻게 가더라? 어떻게 가더라? 여긴가 보다.
Are they?
Don't believe a word they tell you.
Be careful who you trust.
잠깐만, 근데 옥타비아 집도 아직 못 찾았지? 뭐야, 왜? 왜? 누가 훔친 건데? 누가 뭐 했는데? 아, 둘리 결국엔 훔쳤나 보다. 아. 아, 둘리를 풀어줬더니. 둘리를 가둔 이유가 있었어.
Salve, friend. Oh, sounds. You? I'll go.
아씨, 역시 둘리 새끼.
You Sisyphus attack.
There's a troublemaker coming into the city.
I know, and I'll take care of it. Just go and hide.
근데 난 다 얻었으니까 이제 둘리 안 해도 돼. 아, 일단 여기다 놓고 오벨리우스 에다가 명판 하나 놓고 하나 남았지? 그러면 일로 와서 여기 가보자. 그래, 가자. 어?
Do you know you're here? We... What? What?
It's no use. You'll never persuade him of anything. I'm telling you. You'll make...
응? 잠깐만. 둘리가 가지고 있었고 이렇게 나가면 뭔데? 저는 저기 문 저기 열쇠는 없지 아직. 대신전의 열쇠 뭐가 있나? 없네. 잠깐만, 그러면은 비밀 성소 옥타비아 집에서 이렇게 죽어버리면 안 되지. 여기잖아. 여기로 가야 되는 거잖아. 여사제를 만나라고? 알았어. 여기 어디 있을 텐데 여사제는? 여사제 어딨어?
What now? I have a message from Malleolus.
여사제 없네 여기. 나 여기 들어가고 싶은데 어떻게 들어가지? 이거 어떻게 들어가지? 이게 어떻게 들어가야 돼? 저 안에 뭐가 있나? 이렇게 갈 수 있나?
Cerberus lifts his dribble head and lets out his threefold braying.
말레올루스한테 가서 에퀴티야? 어딨어 에퀴티야?
Don't believe a word they tell you.
All weapons are to be tossed into the chasm.
아 에퀴티아야. 아 여기 있다 옥타비아. 익명의 친구. 극장 뒤편 동굴 깊은 곳. 첫 번째 갈림길에서 오른쪽으로, 두 번째 갈림길에서도 오른쪽으로.
I'm afraid this area is private. I must ask you to leave.
그러니까 극장 뒤편 동굴 깊은 곳. 첫 번째 갈림길 오른쪽, 두 번째 갈림길에서도 오른쪽. 동굴에서 비밀 성소를 찾아라. 뭐 없네 여기는.
A new face. Are they? Oh my. We don't have May 4th.
there, you cheeky little sturkers.
Leave me be.
동굴? 근데 무슨 동굴인데? 극장? 극장이 어디 있었지? 이게 극장인가? 이게 극장인가? 이건 목욕탕인데? 화장실이네. 극장이 어디에 있는 건데? 여기가 극장 아니야? 안녕하세요.
Hello?
비밀 성소에 들어가는 방법을 찾아야 되는데 어떻게 찾을 수 있지? 일단 비밀 성소에 들어가는 방법 말레올루스한테 물어봐야 되는데 말레올루스는 지금 대답을 안 하고 있잖아. 그러면은 내가 범죄를 일으켜가지고 일단 처음으로 가자.
Save yourselves!
가자. 여기는 단 한 사람이라도 범죄를 일으키면 얘네들이 황금이 되는 총알을 쏜다고. 아니, 황금이 되는 활을 쏜다고. 이게 뭔데? 시간을 10번 되돌리라고? 아, 오케이, 알았어. 알았어. 지금 바쁘니까 좀 이따 얘기하자. 일단 굉장히 좀 뭐라 그럴까, 곤란해. 흥미로워.
Thank you. Domitius doesn't usually let anyone in here
그래.
without a hefty tribute, so you must have been desperate to.
로마어 명판의 위치가 짐작이 가냐?
Roman plaque in my possession. I'd be happy to sell it to you, but I don't. So
알겠습니다.
My name is. You. That's quite all right. I trust you.
자, 옥타비아가 비밀 성소를 방문하게 만들어라. 어떻게 방문하게 만들 수 있을까?
That's quite an impressive bow.
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to life under the That's good. If you're not on it, well, we've all been. I used to lay awake at night contemplating. I still don't have any of the answers. Here, we, if you like. I'm afraid I don't put it if that. I hope it will. I'd like it on the up, and that's where I. If that's. Please keep that to yourself. There was a terrible. Oh, thank you. Even if I had.
어떻게 너를
All right, well.
I can't believe this is how it ends.
Oh no.
아,
No. Orpheus, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What?
Why do you think?
I know, please.
I'm sorry, but I.
Please, help him. Thank you.
If you're trying to make. Let me get. You know? Well, you don't. It's if I back down. No, I'm out. Wherever you are, Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Orpheus, no!
아, 죽었네.
I can't believe you went through it.
어?
Oh Lord. That was not your fault. I'll have to let everyone, and I'd best pray.
그래. 이렇게 죽으면은 얘가 가는구나, 기도하러. 미쳤어. 동굴. 널 따라가는 거야, 그래. 내가 왜 이 생각을 못했을까? 죽으면 기도를 할 텐데.
입주민 여러분 안녕하십니까? 관리사무소에서 안내 말씀드립니다. 최근에 세계 내에서 소음 문제로 많은 민원이 발생하고 있습니다. 우리 목표는 작은 점수로 다른 세계가 수용이다 보니 인간 앞창수보다 적인 문제가 아니라 가짜고 소리 또는 자동 역행소리도 아랫세대 역세대의 소음으로 생각이 됩니다. 그로 인해 많은 분들이 답을 이룰 수 없다고 관리실로 자주 연락이 오고 있습니다. 입주민분들께서는 우리 오피스텔의 이러한 구조 행정을 이해하시고 늦은 저녁에는 소음이 발생하지 않도록 주의를 부탁드립니다. 다시 한번 안내 말씀드립니다.
아, 여기서 오른쪽으로 가서 또 오른쪽으로 가면 여기야.
아랫세대, 옆세대의 소음으로 전달이 됩니다. 그로 인해 많은 분들이 답을 이룰 수 없다고 관리실로 자주 연락이 오고 있습니다. 입주민분들께서는 우리 오피스텔의 이러한 구조
그러면은
이해하시고 늦은 저녁에는
일단 빵덩어리를 훔쳐보자.
부탁드립니다. 지금까지 관리사무소에서
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
그리고 이렇게 하고 달리자. 도망가자. 올라가세요.
Salve, friend. Mind to...
그래, 넌 이거 하고, 이거 하고, 이거 하고, 이거 하고, 이거 해. 그리고 나는
The 49 melodies fetch a king.
오른쪽으로 꺾고 또 오른쪽으로 꺾어서 여기를 갔지. 찾았어. 물고기 모양. 됐어. 이제 나는 다 찾았다. 나는 옥상으로 간다.
Whatever's in that great hole up there.
자, 꽂았어. 그럼 어떻게 되지? 이렇게 되고 대신전에 진입해라. 대신전에서 마이너주의 하데스요. 다 같은 말이잖아. 그의 이름? 그의 이름? 아, 이걸 보고 이걸 또 보고 알아야 된다. 네르가리요? 뭐야 이거? 뭐야 이게? 뭐야? 우주선이야?
And here you are. Allow me to introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names. Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans. But the one constant through it all has been my title, God of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You're unlike the others, aren't you? And what is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield. And you do it so brazenly that there will be time for your reckoning later. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity. Ask what you will. My story is many thousands of years long. You will need to be more specific. What do you wish to know?
당신은 신인가요?
It is a matter of perspective. God is a label I was given. Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology are despite all that.
지켜야 될 규칙이 무엇인가요? 인간의 외형을
I all adopted this form long ago. In time, we grew fond of the sensory delights it affords.
당신 진짜 형태를 봐도 될까요?
Long ago, I swore to Persephone that I would remain in this form for as long as we remained among them.
루피나한테 약속해서 왼쪽에 있는 여자는 누구죠?
Like me, she has been known by many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians,
페르세폰에
Persephone to the Greeks, and Persephone to the Romans. Or perhaps you might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal. Your gaze lingers too long.
그럼 오른쪽에 있는 사람은 누구예요?
As myself. You would have met by the river, though she wears many faces.
뭐야, 걔야? 그 카론이야, 카론?
Kumutubal to the Sumerians, Kirti to the Egyptians, Charon to the Greeks, and Charon to the Romans. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this one, and to make their transition as seamless as possible. For that, she earned herself the infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferry. You will talk more later. For now, ask your questions.
알겠어.
As you wish.
그럼 뭐 하는 곳이죠? 저승이야?
As the Underworld, and it exists because of a wager I made long ago.
무슨 얘기를 했는데요?
That is a long story, one that began over 3,000 years ago and continues to this day. You see, long ago my kin and I set out from our home on Elysium to search for other forms of life among the stars. We discovered your planet and witnessed your kind evolving from primates into something lawless and barbaric. You all but destroyed yourselves, your 2 short lives being extinguished by violence and ignorance and disease. Yet Persephone saw raw potential in you, and persuaded the rest of us it would be squandered without our intervention and stewardship. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. We offered guidance in agriculture, toolcraft, and law, and you called us gods. For a time you flourished, but soon you were too many for us to oversee. And as you spread from that cradle of civilization, I saw something disturbing. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion, and soon you returned to your old ways of violence and ignorance, this time in our name. My kin had seen enough, and gave up on our kind, condemning you as barbaric and chaotic, scarcely more than animals. We began preparations to return to Elysium, our home world, a utopia unspoilt by conflict and unimaginable in its beauty. But my Persephone could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance, and knowing it would force the rest of us to leave her behind, she made an extraordinary sacrifice. she gave up her immortality to descend permanently to the ranks of humankind. And so she began her inescapable trajectory toward death. Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen sleep to prevent age and sickness from claiming her. And then I pleaded with Prosperna's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might one day learn to undo what she has done to herself. But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him, but he would not relent. He would rigidly uphold his final pronouncement. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium, and no exceptions would be made. But seeing that I was aggrieved, he proposed a wager, the terms of which were as follows. If even one human city could prove itself capable of living without sin for a single year, then Proserpina and all of humanity would be permitted to join us in Elysium.
그래.
My part would be to remain behind, the last of my kind, to watch over you without interfering, and to sit in silent judgment. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000-year winter, waiting for the day
3,000년 동안 없었어, 단 한 번도.
worthy of her faith in you, so that I might take her with me to Elysium and unthaw my goddess of springtime. And here I am, after all this time, still waiting.
와, 씨.
There were also gods who, like me, have been known
신들?
by many
로마
names.
이름 되면 나도 아냐?
Perhaps you knew them by their Roman names. Our leader, Jupiter, as well as Neptune, Saturn, Juno, Minerva, Mars, Venus, Apollo, Diana, Vulcan, Vesta, Ceres, and of course, my beloved Proserpina.
그리스 로마 신화에 나오는 애들이네.
As the first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build a city in their own fashion, so that they might be comfortable and
그러기엔 너무 작은 거를.
I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to baths, to cleanse them of the sins of their former lives, and to prevent escape. I watched wave after wave of Sumerians arrive, and as their civilization declined over the centuries, they were replaced by Egyptians. Of course, believing themselves to be the superior civilization, the Egyptians promptly built over what had been built before, and made all the same mistakes. After another 1,000 years, the Greeks began to arrive, and then the Romans, and they all did the same thing. They built upon the underworlds of their predecessors, renamed their gods, and ensured their foundations were forgotten.
그러니까 여기 올 사람들은 어떤 식으로 정한 건데?
To ensure the wage was fair, it was important that my subjects were chosen at random. To this end, I had my servant distribute 1,000 tokens fashioned from silver, a rare element at the time, across all of Sumer. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by my servant and ferried to this place, with no memory of how they arrived. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into trinkets, and eventually coins, spreading to Egypt like seeds on the wind. Later, when they spread to Greece, they would come to be known as Charon's Oval, or as coins for the ferryman. Some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here, though they had no way of knowing which coins were fashioned from the original tokens. In fact, almost all of the tokens are accounted for. Only 2 remain. And so after this wave destroys itself, as it is destined to do, your kind will have squandered the last of its potential to ascend beyond this rock, and Proserpina's along with it.
인간들은 어떻게 세상의 존재를 알게 되는
regrettable story. One of the first men who came to this place was a king of Sumer, and a troublemaker. To be rid of him, I returned him to his people, on the condition that my servant erased his memories of this place. But the erasure did not take completely, and he told stories of this place as if describing memories of a dream. His tales were committed to writing. It came to be known as the Epic of Gilgamesh, and his words were twisted and distorted over generations. Later, the Egyptians would adapt Sumer's stories of the underworld, making them wildly intricate and labyrinthine. Their Book of the Dead and Book of Gates bore less and less resemblance to this place in their priests' pursuit of profit. Then, when the Greeks began to arrive, they proved far more cunning, and in a series of incidents that will not be repeated, 5 of them escaped. A warrior named Heracles, 2 kings named Sisyphus and Theseus, a poet named Orpheus, and a Trojan named Aeneas. They each told embellished tales of this place, how to get here, and how to escape. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome, your kind has always told each other stories about this place, though each story contained only a seed of truth.
다른 이야기를 해보자.
Of course. That is merely the name your people have given to it, but yes, it is my doing. That is a story dating back to the very first wave. After the Sumerians finished building their city, the self-declared ruler threw a banquet to celebrate. Now this man was unmarried, and many women were vying to become his wife, a prestigious position of power and influence in a new world. Of all the women, 2 were particularly ambitious. Both were beautiful, and both arrived at the banquet wearing eye-catching dresses and painted faces, their hair woven in elaborate fashion. The first woman, recognizing that she would require an advantage to win the ruler's affection, draped herself in jewelry, ornate necklaces, bracelets and rings fashioned from gold. Seeing this ostentatious display, the second woman grew envious, for she had no such jewelry at her disposal. She prayed aloud to any gods that would listen to cover her in gold, and when her prayer went unanswered, she took matters into her own hands. While the others indulged at the banquet, the second woman summoned the first for a discussion in a quiet place. She checked that nobody was watching, and pushed her rival from the top of the ziggurat as she broke her neck on the rocks below. But I was watching, and I decided to answer her prayer. I took the golden bow left behind by Diana, and I shot that woman in the heart, covering her from head to toe in a layer of molten gold. And I left her to stand there, that she might serve as a grim reminder of what befalls those who sin in my domain. But that was not enough, for the entire city was tainted by her sin, and the wager could no longer be won. So I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. I gilded them all to make way for a new wave, and began the wager again. And to this day, each of them, and all who came after, line the halls of this city.
오, 1000명이 있어 그러면은 거의?
But conscious, suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament the folly of your kind for eternity, as silent golden sentinels. I give your kind a second chance at life, as well as, and when you disobey, and so you ask if you destroy yourself. When my kin departed, they left behind. The golden bow originally belonged to one of my. As my collection of golden statues grew, I tasked them with hunting down the Forsaken at my behest. They became known simply. I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability to determine right from wrong on one's own. No attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your 12 Tables of the Roman Republic can ever cover all possible scenarios. This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms by many of your civilizations. The Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The Greeks refined it with avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. The Roman Stoics added, treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born with the faculties required to apply it to any situation. Yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able to uphold. For you. I've agreed it yet. Enough. You. I'm able to commune with all the statues in the city. Their ears are my ears. If she was still conscious, I suppose she could. Then what an offer. Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations? I have seen no such. Taking one's own life is a self-direct. Therefore, it cannot be. Now tell me, what others? The merchant. How it... I disagree. Having watched this merchant, that is precisely what he would expect from others. Now tell me, what... Ah, the tavern keeper. I disagree. Having watched that tavern keeper, that is precisely what she would expect. Supposing you're right. Then your desire to be right outweighs. You will make a fine.
아니야. 내 밀실을 깨트리거라? 왕관을 손에 넣으라고?
How dare you threaten her? The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
왕관을 어떻게 획득해? 그 왕관은 없어? 어딨어? That is... I've always... No, this should come... The Egyptian agreed... You... The midwife in the palace, yes. The rule is do unto others, meaning other people. Those statues are... They are forsaken.
Applying this rule always requires us to interpret the meaning of the words. A literal interpretation. Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken. Then your desire to be right outweighs your desire. You will make it. Do you? Pathetic. The many shall suffer the sins of the one.
나 도망쳐야 되는구나.
And here you are. Allow me. That is merely the. The many shall suffer the sins of the one.
아! And the many shall suffer for the sins of the one. 안 돼. 안 돼, 안 돼, 안 돼, 안 돼. 안 돼. 아이씨.
suffer for the sins of the one.
Salve, Fred. All right then.
The 49 melodies fetch again.
왜 아버지 플루트야. 부하풀 하데스 플루토 하데스 오시리스 날갈 하이루 안녕.
And here, allow me. I would recognize that. You vile.
저도 죽이고 싶지 않았는데 황금이 없을 생각이 없다면 계속 반복할 거야. 너는 타임루프에 갇혔어.
I will lose my wager and return to Elysium, humiliated and alone. Your treachery and savagery have opened my eyes like nothing I have witnessed in 3,000 years. And now you have shown me your species true. This has gone too long. It is time for me to know this. If I abandon the wager and leave for Elysium, neither she nor you. I will have Karen make arrangements to ferry them. Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this, what will become of you is difficult to predict. Now, you had best pray out.
헤라클레스의 과업은 끝냈어요. 그래서 어떻게 된 거야? 엘웨스.
Hi there. Well? Oh, to that late, I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people to... Fortunately for us, the last person in here was a Roman man named Galerius. When apparently there was a community of 20-something. They believed that if even one person sinned, then, one day, just as Galerius had finished, an oracle appeared, said barely a word, and entered the doors. Just nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive, because the next thing he knew, the ground... Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that, leaving what became of him, and did this mysterious oracle single-handedly what? Anyway, I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into... I'm gonna pause here for a minute. You go on.
안녕, 카론. 나 또 왔어.
You're back. Oh, why don't you...
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know. I suppose you have questions. You can... I do not... That you died, my... You can... That you died... A wise decision. Perhaps, well, a long time ago, my...
다 들은 얘긴데?
There. I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Ow!
Kinda lost track. There was a tablet describing him.
Sounds like quite a... You two look exact.
Sounds good to me.
And you?
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you again. I read your book, and what the critics said about it. I guess they weren't ready for your theories about the underworld. Anyway, after everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate it. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people... I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. Why don't you head on down there?
뭐가 이상한 게 있을까? 일단 얘는
Oh, hello.
뭐야?
There he is.
You're finally here. Remember me? It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Karen appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Anyway, I know we only ever had that. I wanted to say thanks.
뭐야? 너 뭐 어떻게 살아 그래서?
Oh, I used Karen's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too, with enough room for Dooley, of course. It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night.
뭐야? 에피티아 만나 너?
I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together. We're planning to get married next spring. If you're going to be around, we'd love to see you there. Of course, there's a whole museum.
Oh, hello.
에피티아!
You're here. It's lovely to finally meet you. So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm just teasing. Actually, Galerius and I are engaged, and it feels like the world has we're just so thankful.
그래.
Oh, it's sweet of you to ask. She recovered nicely.
아, 진짜?
See?
야, 둘리야!
Hello. I'm Dooley. Galerius said you're very nice, and I live at Galerius.
양치질 같은 거?
Oh, I forgot about that. I like that. Yeah. Bye-bye.
우와. 루크레티아네?
You are here. It's... Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in, as you can see. We are all... If the world knew we died 2000... Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person. I'm studying to get into medical school. When it ended, I realized that... she didn't make it. She died from poison while in the temple. It was very sad. She was a good woman and a friend. It wasn't your fault. Decius is to blame. He's... You too.
Hey.
너 군인이야, 여기서도?
Hi there. I understand we have you to thank for giving... I'm living up north and studying. The world's changed a lot. But some things stay the same.
Hey.
Would you still? I have to keep challenging the ones who...
자네 연인이 누구였지?
I remembered that. In the words of Epictetus, remind yourself your... Thanks. He's not my... He had more trouble adapting. He got himself disqualified.
UFC 선수가 됐어?
So he started some kind of underground blood sport tournament. Suppose it appealed to people's baser instinct, but his luck finally ran out. You know... And you...
센티아.
I take it you're the... Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I'm not sure if you heard, but after she knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked, but he's been dealt with. He's... Anything I want. I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. Of course, I mostly just stay in my villa and have my... He's still there, all alone. The last golden statue in the eternal torment. You too.
넌 누구니? 게로기우스!
Greetings. You must be the legend. I am told we have you to... I am reacquainting myself with Greece. It has... Perhaps one day. I hope you will join me there and regale me with the story of how you faced off against the... the poor sweet thing.
아, 파비아 죽는구나.
Before the rest of us were saved. It is the... My friend, the... You too.
아, 좀 다 구하고 죽을걸, 씨. 야, 철학자도 나왔어?
I take it you're the Oracle. We have. I never thought I'd leave that cave, and it seems I have a catabasis to I'm working as a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Not that I need the money, but... My sincere.
아, 씨, 다 구하고 죽을 걸. 씨.
Good evening.
Hello there.
옥타비아네.
Oh, hello. I'm thankful that you're here. I was sure the person who drove off the last pagan god would have more important things to do than visit them. But thank you. I'm living in Rome again, in a charming little flat by the Tiber. After we lost Ulpius, I spent a lot of time reflecting. I couldn't shake the feeling that in the end, I decided to devote. So I'm told. And you? Oh, and I hope this... Wonderful.
Some soiree, innit? Ah, hello at last. Listen, I wanted to express my sincere appreciation for what you did. If it wasn't for you, whatever you did in it... Such as... I took the money I made from selling my trinket. In fact, I was hoping to ask your advice. I can't decide... Oh, don't be... Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. Of course.
Good evening.
할머니.
Thank you for your kind word. I'm recovering. Ah, you remember that. I'm a little tired. I'm already up to the 19th century. Men have called me mad. But the
Huh.
And you?
야, 이집트.
It is an honor. You... Oh, of course. I too would like to offer my thanks for it. For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but instead, I have decided to follow. I spent the first... Indeed. Thank you.
베르길 건축가.
It's so nice to find... I wanted to thank you. I'm studying to be an architect again, and living in a beautiful flat. Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last. Gleaming futuristic buildings and clean streets. You natives of the... You too, if you ever...
너 누구니?
Hello there.
아, 센틸라.
Oh, I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I heard my own name. After you drove Pluto off, Proserpina came and released me. Don't worry. I'm living by myself on a little vineyard in Umbria. But it's been hard. I don't know what I'm doing. And it's just not the same without... Oh, it's not your fault. Thanks.
내가 구해줬었어야 됐는데. 아.
There you are. Now there's one more.
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time.
뭐야?
Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Proserpina, former goddess of the cycle of life. I wanted to meet you in person. I hate to think what would have happened. Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto, I was able to control their tongue. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still, after witnessing Pluto punish countless poor souls over thousands of years, I knew this so I tried to give them a way to buy more time. So I whispered to Sentius in secret, telling him I knew the danger of humans being corrupted by godly power. And so I put a safeguard in place. I required the creator of the portal to sacrifice their own life, so that it could only be you. What I did not anticipate is that Sentius would retain his accumulated... He quickly discovered that he could, in effect... Of course, once I had taught him the prayer, I could not unteach him. We are all fortunate. I don't know what happened to him. Oh, she inherited dominion over
아,
the
그래?
world. She wouldn't say what it was. And you. Oh, and one last thing. Good. Because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld,
아!
none came close to achieving what you did. Hercules, Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
그 조각상들이 모두 다 살아났구나. 살아났구나. 아. 아니, 근데, 다 살리고,
Salve, friend. I'm Octavia. Welcome to London. Ah, another
헤헤, 후후.
We've all... Even if I had seen... All right, well...
안 돼, 죽지 마. 아이, 만나버렸어. 아, 정말.
Pierce, what are you doing? Get back from there. If you lose your balance, you'll fall.
That's the idea.
What?
I'm out. Wherever you are. Scintilla, my love. I'm sorry.
Oh, Pierce, no!
아, 정말. 처음부터 다시 해야 되잖아.
Was it your fault? I'll have to...
짱잼 쥐나봐. 복싱도 안 가고. 그러니까 말이야. 벌써 엔딩 2개 봤어. 엔딩이 이게 한 4개까지 있더라고. 여러 엔딩이 있어. 일단은 여기까지 엔딩 봤으니까 여기다 저장하고 쓸 거야. 오늘은 여기까지. 재밌었습니다.